Hey everybody, welcome to the Soul Food Priest podcast / broadcast with Father Ben. It's great to have you. I'm here with Sylvia Vega and Kira Roddy. How you guys doing?
Hello everybody.
How's life?
Oh my gosh.
It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
So,
Icy pastries.
Yeah,
so
we've
life is great. Pastries.
and you know what this is, right?
It's a glorified Pop-Tart.
Yeah,
Stop it.
excommunicado. So this is puff pastry with cherry filling and frangipan. What is frangipan? We've discussed this.
Mm-hmm. It is almond
paste.
cream with egg, and so to me it's like an almond. What did I say? Custard. That's what I call it.
Okay. Am
I close?
You're close.
Okay.
You're about 50% there. Kira, anything you want to add to the frangipan question?
Okay. Almond, sugar, egg, milk.
What was the...
Oh, amaretto.
Yeah, amaretto.
Oh,
Got it.
my favorite.
So
How could I forget
it's
amaretto?
worth pointing out that traditional frangipan does not have amaretto, but we add it because we're Catholic.
Okay, now I'm a little does alcohol kill the eggs? Like kill the...
So yes, and so you can actually take egg yolk and you can put sugar or a little alcohol in it and you whisk it, and within a couple minutes you can smell it. It smells like scrambled eggs. It'll cook it.
It'll cook it. Okay.
Yeah, especially sugar.
Cook everything with
My
amaretto.
grandmother, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I mean, really, it would help. Okay, so we're gonna do a little test here.
Okay.
Remember on the other podcast, we were talking about the difference between taste and flavor.
Correct.
Okay, do you guys remember? Mm-hmm. Okay, what's the difference?
So the taste is what I guess like the first, I don't know, and the flavor is what it reminds you of. I don't know.
Yeah, very good. That's
Okay,
it.
yes.
That's perfect.
Just
You got it.
Good job,
Yes,
'cause
exactly. So the way you can remember that is tongue, taste. They both start with T.
Okay.
Okay. Flavor is much broader, much more nuanced. It
Okay.
includes memory, includes texture. It includes like what we anticipate when we see something. And so for taste, that's flavor. For taste, you remember the taste receptors on the tongue? So we have sweet, sour, bitter. Then we have what we call umami. So umami is more of the meatiness like you would have with like soy sauce.
Okay.
So spiciness we don't detect on the tongue. We actually detect it capsaicin with pain. So we don't actually have a capsaicin spicy.
Really?
Yeah, so we detect, that's why when people have had pain, they can actually encounter more pain. They have a high pain threshold. That's one of the reasons why people that are used to having spicy food can have a lot of spicy food because of the pain threshold. Okay.
Mexicans.
Right? I know.
I knew that.
Yeah, so
my
we don't
God.
actually
We're
have
physically just hurting our tongues.
correct. Well, we don't have
people.
capsaicin detectors on our tongues.
I had
So what
no
we're going to
idea.
do, what I want you to do is take
Okay.
one. Okay, we're going to
So
do
spiciness is just self-inflicted pain.
yeah, totally.
Okay. Just
Yeah.
wanted to get that clear. Okay.
I'm in pain all the time then.
All right. So for those of you that can't see, we have puff pastry, we've got frangipan, cherry filling, and almond glaze. So before we eat it, that's what we're
Girl,
gonna
slow
do.
it down.
Okay. So what I want you to do is
know.
Okay.
kind of look at it, anticipate what you're thinking.
Okay.
Okay. Now what I want you to do is pick it up with whatever hand you use, if you're right-handed.
2.
Take your other hand and close your nose.
No,
Yeah.
I don't want
No,
to.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Close
Do
your-
it.
Goes
No,
away.
do it.
Now
I
close
want
your
to
nose.
enjoy this though.
Okay, and I
Okay.
want you to chew it without laughing.
Don't.
Okay.
Too late.
Chew it.
Okay.
All right.
Ready,
All right.
say go.
And then
This is awful. This is terrible.
You eat and not breathe.
no.
If anybody asked what sense, I would
That's
not.
weird.
I would not want to lose is my
Like I
sense
feel
of
like
smell.
I'm not getting the full taste.
All right, now let go.
You get the taste?
Now
as
you
soon
get
as
it.
Like as soon as you did that.
You know, when people ask which of your senses, if you had to lose one, which one would you not want to lose? Mine is sense of smell. Just for
Yeah.
this reason.
Isn't
I
that
want to
interesting?
taste
that
my
is
food.
so weird.
It's like a light switch.
It's like let go, got the flavor in my mouth.
Yeah. So that's why it's that's the same reason why when you have a cold.
Okay.
Yes,
I'm
I
taking another
hate
bite.
having colds because I can't eat my food. I don't.
Yeah.
I want to
Is
enjoy
that
my
why
food.
people's like, I can't taste my food
Yeah.
when you have a cold or something?
Yeah, or you have COVID. Same thing.
OMG.
Yeah, so it's very nuanced. I'm curious, have you guys ever been to DoubleTree hotels? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
They have, they give you the cookie. So they'll give you a little bag of cookies, right? Brilliant marketing. I'm sure these are mass-produced, frozen, but they're good cookies. I love them. But when you walk into the lobby at the DoubleTree Hotel, you smell it, and people are anxious for their chocolate chip cookie. We're talking businessmen, children, wives, everything in
Can we go to
between.
that one 'cause they got the cookies?
Brilliant. So you long before when you're pulling in, you're anticipating my chocolate chip cookie.
So did
And
you
so-
know people, that's why they come to St. Michael?
Right?
Because they come into the office building and they smell chocolate
Whatever it
chip cookies.
takes, ma'am. It's a new evangelization, baby. All through butter.
Through cookie dough.
Yeah. But that would be what we would call flavor.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's different than taste. So when they taste it, and one of the things, as we've talked about before, the most important ingredient in sweets is not sugar, it's salt. And so, that's why a good chocolate chip cookie has that bit of salt in it. And so taste, everybody kind of has taste. So maybe to that point, I was thinking we would talk about everybody kind of has different tastes in movies. And because people are often asked, what are some of the good Catholic movies or Christian movies? Because keeping in mind, there's some fantastic movies out there that aren't quote unquote Catholic or Christian, but they got a
beautiful.
great message.
Yeah.
And I love them. So I made an informal list right before we got together.
Yes.
All right. So
Take out your pencils, people.
Yes.
Get them out and pens.
I did no, just so you know, I did no research on any of this. I just scribbled this down.
I'm sorry
okay?
to interrupt. I'm going to listen, but continue to eat this delicious
Good, but
pastry
good.
because
I
it's
know.
very delicious.
I don't know how people on the Food Network do this. I feel really guilty eating this and enjoying it in front of
I'm
people.
not guilty.
But I'm like, they make a
Yeah.
whole channel out of this where people are like, yum.
Yeah.
And you just watch it.
Well, and I like the crunch of
I do
the
too.
toasted
Padre,
almonds.
this is very good.
it is so
Thank
good.
you.
Very good.
Thank you. It's it's kind of like a cherry hot pocket kind of thing.
Okay.
Okay, so
Please.
Sound of Music. It's not an explicitly Catholic film, but there's Catholic themes in it, right?
haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it? Okay, so 1965. It came out in 65. That was also the year of the closing in Vatican II. And so
That's interesting.
Christopher Plummer and who was the other?
Julie
Andrews, very good. And
This is the sound of music.
oh, it's amazing. So we watched this so many times growing up. I thought it was Julie Andrews. Really. So that was my favorite person in The Sound of Music was her Mother Superior. To this day, she's my favorite, and she sings "Climb Every Mountain." So beautiful, so beautiful. So it's not a Catholic film per se, but there's a lot of Christian themes in there of valor, of forgiveness, of healing, and things like that. My favorite scene in this, and I know everybody has their favorite scene in the movie, but my favorite scene in that was there's this beautiful image where all the kids fall into the river because they've been out. She made them play clothes. They all fall in the river. And Captain Von Trapp is livid. He's so mad because he's embarrassed because his kids are being kids.
Yeah.
And he wanted them to be soldiers. And he gets in this argument with Maria and he fires her. And at that very minute, he hears his children singing. And his heart totally melts at that point. And that's kind of the turning point for the entire film. His whole heart melts.
Yeah.
And so it's
I need to see it.
yeah, it's good.
Well, and one of the things I didn't realize either was that it's based on a real family.
Yeah, that's right.
And that she has written like letters or books or something like that. And so you could actually read some of her writings and very beautiful writings about the
I didn't
faith
know
and
this.
family. It's
Yeah, they
actually
lived
really
in
gorgeous.
Vermont, in rural Vermont, and near Stowe. Vermont. And so when I was living in Vermont, we went up there.
Oh, cool.
And so it's a beautiful area,
Aw.
not unlike Austria. And so kind of cool. Okay,
Nice.
next, Man for All Seasons.
Oh my gosh.
Came out the following year,
You didn't
1966.
say one that I've seen.
Okay, I have seen this one.
Okay.
This is one of my husband's favorites, so shout out to my husband on this one. He would 100% agree with you on this.
And which saint is this about?
St. Thomas More. I do know this, and I have watched it, and it is good. Don't get me wrong. It is good. It is, man. Men tend to like this movie.
Yeah.
It's more of like more of an intellectual and this man. He just he fights on the intellectual level and is able to.
I think Bishop Barron's favorite movie is Man for All Seasons.
Yeah, and
Who's in this movie?
So have you ever seen Jaws?
Yes.
Okay, so the guy that gets eaten by the shark at the end,
Stop it.
yeah, he plays Henry VIII in this, that actor. So, of course, Henry VIII, yeah, it worked out pretty well for him at the movies. His wives, not so much, okay, but like, no comment. So, but I forgot the guy that plays, people listening can help me, the man who plays Thomas More, I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I don't either. I'd have to Google it.
Yeah, but it's a good film. Yeah, so that was 1966.
Mm-hmm.
The Agony and the Ecstasy,
I have
1965.
not seen that. I really want to see it though.
Came out the same year
I
as
recently heard it. As the close of Vatican II.
What year was
yes,
this?
65.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, so The Agony and the Ecstasy is, you ever heard of these actors, Charlton Heston? You ever heard of Rex Harrison? Okay, so
Okay, Charlton Heston, Moses on 10 Commandments.
Okay, yes.
Oh, there you go.
Okay,
yeah,
there you go.
okay.
Maybe
Gotcha.
just the name. There you
Gotcha.
go. I've seen that one.
I'm like,
I've seen that one.
There you go.
So it's about Michelangelo when he was painting the Sistine Chapel.
Oh, that's interesting.
And Pope Julius II. And Pope Julius II, for people who may not know, Julius II was known as the warring pope. He was always trying to conquer new lands for the papal states, and but he also laid the cornerstone of St. Peter's Basilica. And so he had this kind of real love-hate relationship with Michelangelo and vice versa.
Yeah.
And so it's all about Michelangelo painting the Sistine
That's something
Chapel.
I would want to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He told me about it.
Yeah,
I was
it's
like, ooh.
So we'll get a picture of this and look at that list.
Yes. Yeah, it's kind of
We'll
it's kind of
revisit
cool.
on our 10th anniversary.
Yeah. And maybe we could post this too.
We will. Perfect.
Okay, so Beckett, 1964, same time period.
Can you
Did
do
I
like
see
80
Beckett?
and above?
I don't remember if I saw Beckett or not.
Okay.
Which one's this?
Okay.
I'm sure my husband has been
Richard
playing
Burton.
it in the background, and I'm just like,
Richard Burton plays
Sorry.
St. Thomas Becket,
Okay.
yes.
and he was killed. He was his best friend was a guy named Henry II.
Okay.
Okay, so Henry II. We're talking 11th century, if I'm not mistaken, that time frame. And so they were best friends. The two of them were best friends. And they had a real falling out because Henry II made his best friend, he wanted to control the church. So he made him like archbishop.
Yeah.
He's like, this is great. He's my best friend. I'm going to be able to control the church. Well, much to his chagrin, he took the role seriously. And was like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
And so he had him executed and later did public penance for having executed his former best friend. And so Becket is, and we have his feast day every December. And
That's another interesting one. I would want to put that on my list.
yeah,
ASAP.
it's a cool film. Very good, very good.
That's one of
Okay.
Black and white.
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Good. I'm all for it.
Okay, now this next one is black and white.
Okay.
The Bells of St. Mary's.
Of course, yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, do you remember who's in that?
I knew you were going to ask me. Bing Crosby. There we go.
And
I knew you were going to ask me.
Who was the nun?
Was it Audrey Hepburn? No.
Ingrid Bergman.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're one and the same, right? Oh, just kidding. Just kidding.
So do you guys know what was the movie that came out not long before that? So that was actually like the sequel.
Oh, I know this.
Going My Way.
Okay, no,
No, I
I
didn't
didn't
know
know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't know it.
Yeah, so Bing Crosby plays the priest with the white brim hat. And my favorite scene in The Bells of St. Mary's is like Ingrid Bergman is like kind of tutoring, helping this one kid box.
That's my
favorite.
favorite.
She gives him like boxing, gloves and stuff, and then
you wanted to be.
Oh yeah, I mean
can
totally.
I love this scene because the Dominican sisters teach my kid, and my oldest son, he was just kind of take some bullying from some kids, and literally one of the sisters pulled him out in the hallway and was like shoving him a little bit and was like, what would you do in this situation? What would you do in this? She's like,
love it.
You need to stand up for yourself. I was like, oh,
that's great. That's great. Yeah.
I love it. Love
well,
that sister.
and I mean, we have to admit, Ingrid Bergman was pretty good-looking sister. Just leave it at there. Okay, next.
Crosby was a pretty good-looking priest.
Next,
so
is it hot in here? Okay. So, have you guys ever seen The Mission?
I have not seen The Mission. I'd like to. I think I'm a little scared to see it. I don't know why.
Why?
I don't know. Is it violent?
Yeah, there is some violence in it.
I think that's why. I like when I started having kids, something switched in me, and I couldn't do totally violent movies anymore. And
yeah,
now I think now my hormones have calmed down. I might be able to do this.
It was the opposite for me. That when I had kids, I was just like, "This is normal, everyday stuff." So bring up all.
Sylvia's
the
watching. She's watching John Wick every night.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So it's Jeremy Irons, Robert De Niro, and for me, I love the film, obviously. And the beautiful, beautiful scene at the end with Jeremy Irons as a priest carrying the Blessed Sacrament, and they're firing on him, and beautiful. It's a beautiful film, and but the music I love music scores, and of every one I've ever heard, every movie score I've ever heard, it's my favorite.
Ooh.
So
I need to revisit that.
Ennio Morricone wrote the music, and it is gorgeous.
Yeah,
better than Last of the Mohicans.
In my opinion, much more.
Wow.
And so the music score to The Mission is amazing.
We have a lot of movies to watch. Yeah. Just saying, movie night for the staff.
It's really, that'd be nice.
As long as you bring some of these, I'm good.
Okay, next one.
Okay.
1973. We talked about this on The Exorcist.
Remember when we talked about that I like those?
Yes.
Yeah, but I haven't watched it in a long time.
You haven't seen this?
No, I have.
Yes.
You have.
But I haven't seen it in a long time.
I was scandalized, but I was probably too little to watch it.
No.
Do you remember the theme music to that?
Yes.
It's called Tubular Bells. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Yep, I was traumatized for life. Yep.
How's the therapy going, Sylvia?
It's continuing.
Yeah, has the twitching stopped?
And didn't you say that was your ringtone at one point?
Yeah, it was my ringtone on my phone.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I love you.
I know.
Yeah.
Watch him turn off all the lights to the church and just have the cleaning lady come in and then his ringtone going off.
That would be awful. Poor woman, she'd quit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Goodness.
And as we said before, that a lot of that, it was William Peter Blatty who did that movie, and it obviously has Catholic themes, but the real story happened in February and March of 1949 in St. Louis, Missouri. And the movie, it happens at Georgetown because William Peter Blatty went to Georgetown. And so, yeah, it's
Would you say most of the things in there are accurate?
I would say that from what I have a journal of the original priest, Father Bill Bowdern and Father Walter Halloran, they wrote the journal at the request of the Archbishop of St. Louis. So I have a copy of that, and
is that published, or is that a special copy?
They gave us a copy when I was at the training in Rome.
Wow!
And so. And there's definitely a lot of correlations. Of course, Mr. Friedkin, who was the director, took some liberties, but a lot of it is accurate. It really is.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But it's I actually love the film. I've only seen it once, but I liked it.
Yeah.
Okay, have you guys ever seen For Greater Glory? Cristiada?
I did not see that actually.
Yeah, that's with
Andy Garcia.
Yeah, I still haven't seen it.
Oscar-
Love Andy Garcia though.
Andy Garcia or Oscar
great
Isaac
movie.
is in that. Yeah, Oscar Isaac was fantastic.
It's a
He
great
was
movie.
so
I
good.
have not watched it yet.
It tells the story of Saint Christopher Magallanes, and the boy Father Jose Sanchez, maybe
Jose Sanchez.
Saint Jose
Yes.
Sanchez.
Cristeros.
Amazing. This is incredible. The courage of this kid. This is the Cristero War. For those who don't know, that was 1927 to 1929, and largely in the Jalisco state of Mexico. And the president at the time was Plutarco Calles, who's a very anti-Catholic Freemason, killed thousands and thousands and thousands of Christians. And so this boy, Saint Jose, they cut off literally the bottom of his feet and made him walk around the town.
They wanted him to stop saying or believing and saying Viva Cristo Rey, and they're like, say it, and he's like, nope, and he kept screaming Viva Cristo Rey, long live Christ the King.
Courage. And now that's like the Stations of the Cross there,
Wow.
and where he lived.
Yep.
Incredible.
It's a wonderful movie. Wonderful movie.
It really is. Okay, have you guys ever seen I Confess by Hitchcock?
Love it.
Yeah.
Have I watched that?
That is actually one of my favorites, and that is actually where I learned Hitchcock was Catholic. And
I didn't know that.
yeah, so Hitchcock was Catholic, and when you watch that movie and you go in with that lens, only a Catholic, I think,
We'll pick up on all the
would
things.
pick up on some of the things that he's doing, and that's like almost like a Stations of the Cross type scene.
Yeah.
So,
Haven't seen it.
so yeah, you totally pick up that Hitchcock, he knew what he was doing.
Some
in
Catholic
of the-
themes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, even Martin Scorsese, a lot of his movies, he'll put in Catholic imagery and stuff. Yeah, you might like that, Sylvia, I confess.
Okay.
really
So
good.
it tells the
Now it is
story
black
of,
and white, but-
because, priests were sealed by the sacrament of confession. So we can't even say, if somebody asks, we can't even say that we saw them. Not only can we say that we can't even reveal anything, but we can't even say that we saw them.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
So if
Did so and so come and see you?
you can't even respond in any way.
Wow.
And so the guy tells him that he did like a murder. And so they're trying to force him, the court, to the police to say,
Ooh,
and he
that's
refuses,
interesting.
and he ends up, they end up trying to send him to jail, right? Didn't he go to jail in the movie? I
I
forgot.
don't remember. It was so many years that I watched
Yeah.
it. It
Well,
was
don't
so
tell me.
good.
Yeah.
I
Spoiler
might
alert.
want to watch this.
But it's a
It's
really good
so
film,
good.
and there's been plenty of priests that's happened to, because we can't
Interesting.
we can't under any circumstance reveal.
Wow.
It is
So-
a very, very good movie with regards to the sacrament of confession. Really good. Like if people ever question or wonder what can and can't a priest say and everything, it's very good.
Yeah.
Very, very good. And it's great suspense too.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
fun Hitchcock.
Cool stuff.
Making a list for myself.
Last one, and you guys can maybe help me with this. Father Stu.
Yes,
Okay.
I
Yes.
love this one.
Yeah.
Mark was it
Wahlberg.
Wahlberg? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
That was a great one. That's very recent. It's like maybe 2 years old. Or
Yeah, 2022. So, because I saw clips of it, but I haven't seen the whole movie.
Oh, that's a good one.
And was it good?
So good.
You still haven't seen the whole movie?
I
yet?
haven't. No.
Yeah.
I think I've seen it
Did
twice
did
now.
we do like a let's go watch it thing here at the church?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got tickets.
Oh, good. Good.
It was a great movie.
Well, and he was because Father Stuart Long, was that his name? I
Yeah.
think he from Montana.
I think
he died in like 2014, and so I've heard that because Mel Gibson's in this, Mark Wahlberg, but I heard that like them telling his story was just fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
It really, okay, so if you watch the original, don't watch it. Yeah, it's not kid
yeah,
friendly.
because of language, right?
Oh, yes. He just, yeah,
That was
he
very-
cusses a lot. But I do think Mark Wahlberg, though, I mean, he put up his own money to do this movie. And then he also, because the cussing was so strong, actually kind of did like an edited version of it, so where
Okay.
they removed a lot of the
Okay.
cussing to make it a little more approachable for teenagers
Oh,
and stuff
okay.
like
Yeah.
that. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, a great, beautiful story on hope, especially for parents who are like, oh my gosh, my kid.
Yeah, because he was kind of that kid. He was a boxer.
Yeah.
Got into trouble, almost married.
Yeah.
And then kind of pulled back, and he was almost died. He had a near-death experience, right, on a motorcycle
Yeah,
and
from
stuff.
motorcycle.
And
then, but you go through all of that rough stuff. My favorite part is Mel Gibson, his and Mel Gibson's relationship.
That was his
Father,
dad.
son.
Yeah.
Right.
There's just one scene. Okay. I won't
You
give
have
any
to
more.
go see
I
it.
will not give any more away. It's just beautiful. But
Okay,
yeah.
I'll see that, and then you guys see Agony and the Ecstasy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I confess.
And
If
I
it's
confess.
black and white, so I won't promise that one, but for sure the other one.
Okay.
I am shocked. Like, you don't have Les Mis on this?
Well, I did. I did have it at the.
I see
in
two
fact,
scratch
I
offs.
marked it out, and I scribbled that off because, of course, I love Les Mis.
Yeah.
I love it, and but I was trying to think of what would be
think
something a
everyone
little
has seen
more
that, yeah.
current.
Yeah.
So that's why I put Father Stew. But yeah, I mean, it's Victor
one of
Hugo.
my, I guess that one came to your mind. One of mine that I guess I saw, not as a teenager. Was I a teenager? I was probably like 19 or I don't remember how old I was. It came out, I think it's called Fireproof.
Oh,
it's for
yeah,
marriages.
right,
And
yeah.
they made a book. And I remember that my mom watched it in Spanish with Dad, I guess at like a Bible study they had for couples. And she was like, we need to watch this as a family. And I just remember it being so beautiful. And that would make my top list.
Okay, cool.
That one, and obviously The Passion. But,
Yeah, yeah.
But, I know, but I love it.
Yeah.
Because what did we talk about? Sylvia likes to...
Yeah, you like the pain.
Yeah.
I like the spice.
Yeah, and The Chosen, obviously. I mean, there's so many
Yes. Oh my
great,
gosh, The
just
Chosen.
great
Oh my
things.
goodness, The Chosen is so good.
So let us know what you like,
Yeah.
and give us suggestions if you have any. Everybody's got different tastes and
Yes.
flavors, so
Narnia for kids. Oh, my
I
gosh,
mean,
we could just keep
seriously.
going.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So please, again, we'd like to remind you to tell your family and friends about our podcast now on YouTube. Continue to listen to it on Podbean and Spotify and all the podcast places. But now on video, share it, like it, and if you would like for us to talk about anything in particular, please do so. We already have people telling us what they want us to talk about. So I'll give you that
scary.
list.
Yeah. Scary.
And we're so excited that you are enjoying it. We are enjoying it and getting so much ourselves.
Yeah.
So just let us know what you want us to talk about and just tell all your families and friends about it.
Awesome. Listen, don't forget to put soul in your food and give food to your soul. God bless you.
And I'm going to take a bite of this again.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, I'm going to finish it. Yep.
Here, Jake, we got one for you too if you want one.